Hello, and welcome to another PAX East 2022 Roundup. I am Druid Spire, your hostess, and I apologize if you can hear the sound of the thunderstorm raging outside my house right now. Today's game, as you can see, is Calico. Calico is basically a sim where you are a person who is asked to take over a cat cafe on behalf of, I believe, your aunt, and it's your task to build it up so it's nice and inviting. Go recruit cats, make friends with cats, and other sort of critters all over the place. And as you can see, the game is very much a pastel shades for the most part. Very, very pleasant to look at. I mean, there's definitely some other color schemes in the game, but the primary color scheme is this soft sort of lighting effect, and it's not terribly complicated. There's a lot of interesting textures here, but it's definitely influenced but with a little bit of an Asian feel to it. But not overly stressing the point, right? So Mayor Kiva is your initial contact in the world of Calico, and they send you off to basically find animals for the cafe and basically lead you on your adventures. The game itself has an interesting tutorial. It also basically has quests that you can do in sequence. It tells you, go look for this person or go do this thing, and it advances the story. The demonstration they had on the show floor at PAX East, the demonstration was hosted by Whitethorn Games. They had a whole bunch of other games on display there, but this is the one that intrigued me the most. The actual developer of this game is Peachy Games, and on Steam at least, it has very positive reviews overall, including very recently. Calico is already available. It doesn't look like it is in... it looks like it released back in 2020, in December 15th, 2020. And it's available for $11 American. One of the things I really liked about the game was the diversity of the cast and the diversity of the character creation. One thing you can see here, for example, on our next slide, if it flips over, it's not the right slide. Okay, here we go. On our next slide, it's one of those days, is it today? It is one of those days. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. On our next slide, yes. You're seeing more of a winter biome going on here, and the primary character here appears to be more male presenting than female. And there really wasn't a lot of forced gender issues with the game. It's like you pick whatever you want to look like. You're not picking a gender, you're picking an appearance. And as you can see, this person is really rocking the t-shirt and jeans game developer look with some antlers on top and some really cool green hair. And as you can see, there's large cats that are large enough to ride. You can also ride bears. You can, foxes. Other critters are large enough for you to actually ride without it seeming weird. Also, one thing I will note is, again, the diversity of the cast here, as this character here is clearly from an Islamic culture. The primary character there, because she's wearing the headscarf. And I just like that it's just kind of there. It's not making a point. It's not showing an agenda. It's just like, okay, you make a character who looks like what you look like in real life. Have fun. And I really like that it's not being pushy about it. But honestly, I wouldn't mind quite so much that if it was pushy, because you kind of need that representation, because everybody needs to see themselves in games, right? So yeah, the game is not very difficult. There's no combat involved. It's really a sim where you are doing building. You are learning how to make things. You're learning about the landscape that you're in. You're making friends with all these animals. You're putting cats on your head. If you don't want them just to follow you around, you just put them on your head, then go flop around while you're wandering around the landscape. It's a really fun game. I definitely recommend it. And as you can see, this is kind of like what the cat cafe looks like after you put a little work in it. You see the money counter up there in the corner, and it keeps track of the time in terms of, months, weeks, years. And it's very customizable in terms of what you can do with the spacing, with the building, and what items that you can collect and add to your recipes. And you just make friends all over the place. It's a really, really fun game. Really chill. Amazing soundtrack. Definitely a game I would highly recommend. Um, and yeah, that is pretty much Calico. It's pretty straightforward. I honestly, it's definitely worth the $12. If that's something that you would be interested in playing. So we'll be back with more videos here shortly. Definitely toss the like and subscribe. Um, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thank you and have a great day.